mythical
MMA creature shall appear in this video. Anyway, sparring clips from 10 years ago routinely pop up in my head and I've got to track them down even though they were deleted from YouTube ages ago. And this particular one is between UFC lightweight Michael Johnson, a man with wins over Dustin Poirier, Edson Barboza and Tony Ferguson, and Glory champ, world kickboxing champ, all-around legend, Nicky Holzken, and then he went in to do bits in pro boxing. They're sparring in Black Zillions, I believe it was, a gym that's had many different names over the years. Let's get into it. I'm Cage Warriors lightweight champion George Hardwick, pro MMA fighter 13-2, and coach at Middlesbrough Fight Academy. So we've got Nicky Holzken in the black shorts and Michael Johnson in the white shorts. First thing I like is, if I see people having head guards in the video, they've both got them on. It's very strange when one has head guard and not. It's also a liberty taker when you've got a head guard on because you're protecting a cut. Other people without a head guard who have better vision because they don't have a head guard on suddenly start swinging way harder. But anyway, let's get into the actual spars. Opposite stance. A big thing about Nicky Holzken is that he is the typical high guard kickboxer, so he would never really do a hand fight. Let's look at that brilliant combination there. Nicky Holzken stepping in. Jabs, switch kick, 1-2. Now, that switch kick, it's quite hard to land in the closed stance because, well, the switch kick is hard to land against a southpaw because it's going to come into the side, which is covered by the back. It's not kicking into the open side. But he kicks slightly up into the arm. That makes it difficult for Michael Johnson to catch. Normally, this would be an easier kick to catch. Boom. There, he's kicked up. Let's get the pen out. At this arm level, very difficult level to catch a kick there because you can't scoop under it, especially on that closed side. So he's used this kick to disguise his stance switch. We like stance switches, especially when they're disguised. You don't want to just switch your feet right in front of someone, especially someone who hits hard like Michael Johnson does. So he's going to use it to step his left foot down, and boom, 1-2. Let's put it back a step. Boom. Switch kick. Looking quite relaxed. Jab, switch kick, step down, 1-2. And he arcs that left hand to accommodate for the lead right shoulder of the southpaw. Using that jab. A little bit of hands down and slipping, which is rare to see. And there we have him. Let's put it back a step. We have the man of the time. This crazy, mythical MMA creature. I can't put my arrows in the straight line. TRT Vitor. At the peak of his powers. This was also Nicky Holzken at the peak of his powers. I think he was running towards a glory belt or had it and was defending it at the time. So it was really interesting to see a guy like Michael Johnson stepping up, willing to throw hard with him. Open stance. Again, Nicky Holzken, he doesn't really use the hand fight there. There he goes, left hook into right kick, and even though Michael Johnson is circling away, we often see kickboxers, Muay Thai fighters have a better ability to turn the hip over on the kick so they can still land a hard kick even though their opponent is circling away. Look at a lot of Mirko Cro Cops, southpaw, left high kick, left body kick knockouts. He gets them whilst his opponent is circling away. Michael Johnson circling towards that side. Really nice combination by Johnson there. Angling off, getting his foot outside before the pivot, not pivoting with the foot on inside. There, that hook body, hook head, a little bit of same side combination, occupying the guard of Holzken. Holzken was always happy to take four to throw one really good one, and he would do this. He would mix his tempos really quick. So, see how Nicky Holzken is throwing like a very slow, quite lethargic looking inside low kick, but this left hook is super tight, super quick. I believe he has inside foot position at the moment of impact. Let's see if I can pause it. Looks slightly inside, maybe toe to toe here. But it allows him to turn it that left hook. And as Michael Johnson throws his left cross, it's the textbook way to keep your right hand up. But in practice, even the best fighters in the world, you rarely see them keep that opposite side hand up. This actually fits through the guard of Holzken, but the top of Nicky Holzken's head was like a button. And if you pressed it, you'd get left hooked. And there, the left hook's going to come round. Boom. And then he moves off. Let's put it back one more time. Boom. Such a tight left hook. Because he wasn't hand fighting, obviously you give up a big bit of range when you're against the southpaw, but it allows him to throw this left hook really quickly just from the rotation. There's another little tempo changing by Nicky Holzken. So often in sparring, it's quite bad etiquette to throw at one speed, throw really relaxed, and then just throw a really hard shot. But obviously these guys are padded up, head guarded up, the wazoo, very well knowing that they're in Black Zillions, they're going to spar hard. They're going forehead to forehead a lot. Obviously, the head guard reduces the cuts on that. Michael Johnson looking for the inside kick and getting tapped away there. The little switch from Nicky Holskin. He likes his switches and a nice little left knee. I believe that was a same side combination. Let's go back. Michael Johnson stepping back. Oh, it was actually a jab into left knee. So he could load his hips more for the left knee. And there's some nice angling. Uppercut through the middle. But Holskin just touches him with a jab as he leaves. Uppercut into left hook, but he arcs this left hook over. Not a full Golovkin does Holskin. Full Golovkin does Holskin. Tongue twisters. But he arcs it over because he's got to accommodate for that lead shoulder of the southpaw. Happy to take a few shots. I wonder what the brain health of Holskin is like, because he's taken a lot of shots like that. Boom. Right straight down the middle. He'll be very relaxed and then just open up as his opponent's slightly off balance, or as his opponent takes a little breather from their shots. But Michael Johnson is happy to throw these combinations. Nicky Holskin was always take a lot in his gloves, take a lot on the top of his head to figure out his timing and then throw. There's a right straight, twisting across, because Nicky Holskin isn't too fussed about this foot outside fight. He's happy to give it up because he's so happy left hooking. His left hooking is like his dangerous power shot. Their left kick over the shoulder. He could almost do a Kyokushin style, throw these kicks, high kicks from really close range. Michael Johnson is throwing, and it's the moment that Michael Johnson kind of relaxed after his combination. He gets hit with this left kick that arcs over again because he's accommodating for this right shoulder. A lot of shots off the left side have a slight arc to it, except for that left hook earlier, because the right hand was dropping. Michael Johnson was dipping and throwing his face into it. He didn't have to arc his hook on that counter, but when he's more proactively using it in his combinations or off of his kicks, he's having to arc things, boom, slightly down to accommodate for the lead shoulder. Very interesting. And as well, there's a little push before it. I believe that little push, it just disrupts the hand position. Boom. Makes the space. And when you push, you generally get your training partner or opponent to oblige and push with you. But it's very good here that Michael Johnson just fires straight back. He has that kickboxing mind, even though he's an MMA fighter. Let's go back a little step. Boom, high kick. High kick, but he throws that 2-1. Quite a nice little counter, but his feet do cross over as he's doing it, so not the most base balanced shot. Boom. You see these tempo changes by Holskin, that slow inside kick. Taking the shot though, because he threw it out slow, he pulled it back slow, he took that left straight on the retraction of it. Stepping in. Boom, and there's that right kick again. Little shin poid adjustment that is going to happen 10 million times. And there's that push away and left high kick again. Boom. Boom. Push, left high kick. Because you've pushed people, they're off balance, their weight's going back. The guard isn't going to be as sturdy because you've probably pushed them onto a straight leg. The little shoe shine by Michael Johnson. I think he's kind of fallen into the lull and trying the same tempo change that Holskin is, but obviously not as nuanced. Boom, left hook there. Little push, which makes space. As he pushed, he's kind of getting pushed over his back leg. And he was in, southpaw stance where it's harder to land that left high kick. But as he's got pushed back, this right leg was being allowed to get pushed back. He's kind of halfway into orthodox, which makes that opening for the high kick to go ching-choo. I can't draw a straight arrow. They look quite phallic. Anyway, it comes up and into that new opening that's being made by the slight push. A little slight little pushing. I was really enraged at Glory. There was a good period of time where they just didn't allow any pushing, and a lot of the clinches was so dull because fighters were just stuck in a clinch, and when they'd push away to make space, even though all the best kickboxers ever pushed, Masato, Giorgio Petrosian, the referees would rage at him. It was really bad officiating in Glory for a long time. Anyway, boom, left high kick, and he's stepping down again. Cross, there's that lead cross. Almost throwing it with the intensity of a jab. Nice check off the back leg. But yeah, just walking in, boom. That relaxed cross after a big exchange. There's a check off the back leg. Really checking off the back leg and checking body kicks in general. Let's see if I can make the right freeze on this. He's knee feinting in a little bit. Let's see if I can freeze at the right moment. But so checking in general, it's easy because, well, it's easy for Holskin because he generally lets his feet stay quite close and he'll transition into like a wider spread to punch and transfer weight from one leg to the other between, with a little preliminary movement like a knee feint or a jab, what have you. and that allows him to bring his knee up because his feet are quite close together and get a body kick check. When you're checking body kicks, the likelihood of your knee meeting their shin is much higher than just like a standard low kick check, unless you're really doing the Ernesto Hu style. So it's a real upside of the check to the body kick. But he's going to check it and then just start walking down again. Walking down, little knee feint to jab. Michael Johnson pushing into that head-to-head range. It's not really that useful, I would imagine, for Michael Johnson to do this, because this glove-on-glove doesn't really exist in MMA. So it's probably not the most useful thing to oblige with. And as well, the thing about Holskin is you can feel comfortable glove-on-glove, but he has so many ways to just suddenly off-balance you and rip some hard shot in. Hook, around the corner. Let's just look how nice the gym is. Once again, bam, bam, boom. It's this man, TRT Vitor, sat around. Let's go back to it. Hook head, hook body, same side combinations. Still, even though that side is technically the closed side, it can work very well against the southpaw as well. Boom. That left hook body is really close when the lead feet are together. Let's just play it at its natural speed after we've ogled TRT Vitor. Natural speed, hook head, hook body. Holskin actually let his back foot come off the floor. And there, bang, big left hook. Biggest shot of the spar, and then the video suddenly cuts out. I wonder if the people at ATT, just out of respect, or Nicky Holskin's team, out of respect, just paused it there. So let's look at this again. So there's a body hook, cross, head hook. What makes this so effective is that it's all different timings. The body hook and the body hook and the cross to the head are super relaxed, and the left hook really leverages in and accelerates. Boom, 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 boom. And there's a little shift off of both feet to cover that distance in. And then there's an uppercut cross. And there's this very cool Rocky and Apollo still to finish the spar. Let's look at this one more time. But yeah, it takes some serious power to rock someone through head guards and big 16-ounce gloves if they're not Johnny Walker. Oh, off balance. This video editor needs some work. Boom, boom, boom. And the left hook again. See, that right straight is more of a push. And what that push allows, instead of stinging him with a quick right straight, which would snap the head back and maybe move it away from the hook or maybe brace into it, boom. As he throws that right cross, it's more of a push. See how Michael Johnson is in southpaw stance? You can see the effect the body shot actually had unfolded him quite a bit, even though it was a relaxed pace. As he throws that right straight, you're going to see Michael Johnson's stance get knocked square and his head get knocked back over his heels. It needs some work, this video editor. Recommend me a good one. As he gets knocked back over his heels, boom. He ends up taking the shot in a kind of squared stance. See if I can find the right frame. There. When he takes a left hook, he's being pushed back into orthodox. His shoulder, which would have been in the way, is now not, because it's being pushed back ever so slightly. Because the right straight was more of a pushing right straight. And we see this is, on a textbook left hook, you'd bring your weight back down onto this heel. But this is more of a leaping hook. He's pushed him away with the right straight, so he's going to leap in. I would normally rage at someone for a normal left hook in the gym if both heels are off the floor. But on a leaping left hook, it's a necessity. Let's go one more time at proper speed. Hook body, cross head, hook head. The cross was more stiff and pushing, which knocked him out of stance, opened him up, squared his shoulders up, so he could fit that left hook through and do a lot of damage, and then suddenly the video cuts off. I'm wondering why. If you enjoy breakdowns like this or have any recommendations, subscribe, like, follow the channel for more. Plenty on there already. I'm George Hardwick. Use code HARD10 at RevGear. MFA, go train there. Unless you're a whopper.